Good afternoon. My name is Leann Ebert and I own a company called Walls Revived. Today I will be presenting my company, and to start off I wanted to officially unveil my new branding and logo. I am Walls Revived, your premier local repaint specialist. So I'm going to quickly touch on my experience and credentials. I've been painting for over 10 years. To begin, I repainted countless apartments. Now I mainly focus on private residential repaints and occasionally some commercial projects. I believe in education and feeling confident in my profession. That is why I decided to go to school, and I earned my journeyman certification. But enough of that. We're not here for this. Let's get into the good stuff. My presentation will be on my home and featuring all the transformations I did with paint. So we moved in last January 2020, and I've slowly picked away at my ever-evolving to-do list. So this townhouse was built in 1981, and it has undergone several renovations by previous owners, but some things were left untouched, as you'll see. We will begin in the front foyer. The first thing I did was change the wall color. They had this yellowish tone color throughout the house. I did choose something similar, as you can see. I chose Natural Cream by Benjamin Moore. So it's more of a grayish, but it has a subtle yellow undertone, which I needed to match with the flooring and the fixtures that I wasn't going to change out. So I also painted the door. Before it was just natural wood, and I changed it to surprisingly almost the same color. And I also installed brick pattern wallpaper that you'll see there. And you'll also notice the wallpaper will be throughout my house on the next upcoming slides, just to bring in some unity. So the front door was original when I moved in, so that's what, 39 years old, and it was in bad shape. Lots of sun exposure caused fading and blistering, so I had to sand it all down, and then I painted it using Benjamin Moore's grand entrance in black. Big difference. So we're going to go all the way upstairs into the master suite now. I believe feature walls are necessary in majority neutral walled homes, because they bring an interest and life to the walls. Plus, they're very easy to repaint when you want to change up. And believe me, I've already bought some little samples, and I'm ready to change it. Why not? So different angle of my bedroom. They had installed an electric fireplace, but it just looked so bare on that wall. So of course, I had to go ahead and install that brick wallpaper. And then, if you'll notice, up in the corner where the beam meets the wallpaper, I put some extra thought into it, and I used the pattern to create this focal point. The ensuite is next. They had a basic white ceiling in there that really wasn't humidity friendly, so there was all this streaking that was going down it. So what I ended up doing is I repainted it using this calming color called White Rain by Benjamin Moore, and I used their bathroom product in Aura. And it only comes in matte finish, which is excellent. You'd think I can't wash it, but you actually can. And the most important thing is there's no streaking down the walls, even with our steamy hot showers. So let's go into the loft and TV room area. I always felt that that wall needed something. It was a little bit too plain. So I actually recently painted it this dark green color called Salamander by Benjamin Moore. At this time, I'm a lover and a collector of original artwork, and you'll see that little bowl of apples on there. I wanted to give a shout out. I had the artist actually attend one of this meetings earlier today, and she's super talented. Her name is Agnes, and I recommend you follow her on Facebook and Instagram. I own 5 of her paintings now, and unfortunately I can't show the others because they're out getting framed, but I will be sure to post that on Instagram when I get them back. So you know what? Strike the walls being the first thing I did when I moved in. I actually painted these doors. They're original and not in good shape. I'm not going to say ugly because wood is good. It just didn't wasn't gonna work with my theme. So I changed out the doorknobs. They were still original, like those, I can't even describe them, the old ones. And what I did was I primed these doors with oil, and that sealed in any type of varnish or any tannins. And then I painted them this lovely Chelsea gray by Benjamin Moore, using the product Advance for its durability. So we're going to go into the office now. Not huge changes, but I did paint the walls and add a wallpaper feature. And in case you can't read that, the blue I used is St. John's Blue by Benjamin Moore. Into the laundry area. So more original wood. And I primed and painted these up. I used a custom color. I just wasn't happy with the light that was shining on it. It was kind of turning it purple, so I just concocted my own paint color, and there we have it. Added some knobs to the doors, and it's much brighter and more functional. Into the main floor bathroom. So this is still yet to be renovated. They did a couple little things, but it looks like it's still original tile in the bathtub and on the floor. The first thing I did was paint the wood, and immediately it just helped improve the whole atmosphere of the space. So hopefully around Christmas time I will get to the renovations and get this all tidied up and into the theme of the rest of my house. Here is a view of my kitchen. You know, when I first viewed this house, I really didn't like the dark cabinets. I've always been a lover of white cabinetry. So, you know, it took me a while, but actually they have grown on me. However, I did decide to paint the island. Mostly I wanted some contrast, as well as there was some wear and tear on the front of the cabinets due to, you know, the previous owners just rubbing against them. And so I had to do something, and I chose to do some paint. This is just another angle of my kitchen, showing another piece of artwork here. It's actually, move me out of the way here. It's a painting of Edmonton by Miguel Freitas. And what's interesting is that this bridge isn't even built yet, but I guess he knew about it. As you'll see, there's the brick wallpaper behind the cabinets just to tie it all in. As soon as I did it, it was like that moment. It was just, it's what it needed up there. And now this is a view of the kitchen looking to the sitting area, which we actually do use. And that dining room table is where I'm sitting at now, pointed out towards the fireplace. And this is kind of my office space. I don't need much. I just sit at the table, typing up my estimates and sending out invoices, and that's how that goes. All right, next slide here. The railings. I have a lot of railings in this house. This was a big project. It was original, sort of like a honey oak kind of color before. It needed to pop, so I painted it black. Probably took me about 3 days, a lot of tedious work. And next is I'm going to be stripping and sanding and restaining that top rail, probably a little bit warmer to pick up some of the reddish brown tones in the floor. And just to show you, more and more railings, and the railings actually go all the way down to the basement. Big project. Looks so much better though. Let's go down to the basement, or AKA the man cave. Still under progress. I haven't even put up any of the paintings yet because we're still not exactly sure. I think I might actually wrap that navy wall around and give it a little bit more, you know, comfy, cozy feel. But either way, I repainted all the walls. They used to be a purpley gray, which doesn't really appeal to me. So I changed it to Stonington gray. Much better, matched the carpet. Success. Into the furnace room. As you can see on the before picture, it needed some love and a repaint. So I put a fresh coat of paint on the floor. It's really easy to do, and it looks 100% better. Okay, I did paint some furniture. Some people ask me about that, and yep, I can pretty much paint anything. So this was a lovely cabinet. It was just old, right? So what I used was chalked paint by Rust-Oleum, and the goal is to make it look aged and whatnot. So I achieved that, I think. The interior I had painted using like a rose gold metallic paint. It just pops and it makes it so much shinier and brighter. This was another project. It's my boyfriend's beautiful sleigh bed, really good quality. It was just old and dented and scratched, so I decided to paint it with the chalk paint. I used a custom concoction that I did, and I got this kind of rustic look, and I think it looks great. So that was pretty much the end of my home tour. So there are several services that I do offer that I went or that I couldn't do in my own house. The first one is drywall repairs. So a lot of people just think painters, or some actually do, just paint walls and they don't fix anything. Well, I fix everything, dents, gouges, even holes in the drywall. Sometimes it happens and I can easily fix that. I can replace a sheet of drywall. I don't have the space in my vehicle to do it. So anyways, I could. Ceiling stain treatment. Fortunately, there's nothing in this house, but sometimes there's a water leak from above and your ceiling goes yellow. I know how to treat that. You can't just simply paint it with regular ceiling paint because it'll just keep bleeding through. Tiles and brick, nothing in my house to paint, but as you can see down in the bottom there, you can paint brick or a tile. Vertical only I recommend. Horizontal, wear and tear probably won't last, but I can do that. So faux finishes, that includes like chalk paint or other types of maybe wood grained. I can also do that. The top corner there, the one that I'm behind, is Venetian Silk by Dulux. It's actually a discontinued product, but I did buy up some last supply, so I can still do this if you need it done. Wood staining, I only do new wood. I used to refinish stuff, but it's, as I mentioned with my railings, it's a tedious process and it's not my specialty, so I'll leave that up to the staining experts. Exterior painting, I have a really small kind of crew and it's mostly just me, so big exterior projects like painting the whole exterior of a house is not for me. I can find someone else to do that for you, but I can do the smaller stuff like garage doors and window frames, garage door frames. That's a shed. I did a garage this summer. That's about the extent of my exterior projects. I want to thank you for joining me, sitting through my presentation. Of course, you don't have any questions because this is a recording. Thank you. Take care.